And now, the general weather around Alaska.
There's a high wind warning out for 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. It begins at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon for the red shaded areas here of the Aleutians and continues through tomorrow night and into Wednesday as an intense storm moves into the southern Bering Sea on Thursday afternoon, and looking for winds of 40 to 60 miles per hour with gusts to 80 miles an hour. Again, that kicks into effect tomorrow afternoon. From there, looking at satellite imagery, not much going on out here over the Bering Sea system up in here. And then the cloud shield with that next intense storm already starting to move into the western Aleutians there. The main center still well off to the southwest. Have some clouds here through the central interior, bringing some light snow with it here from all the sit in the Matanuska Valley, north and northwest across the central interior, with low pressure up here, keeping it kind of unsettled in that area, clearing southern Cook Inlet, Kodiak Island into Bristol Bay today. Not a bad day over the southeast coast. Still some clouds around, but precipitation just about ending in most places during the afternoon hours today. On the chart, dry with light winds for the most part across the southeast coast this afternoon. This low pulling northwestward actually becomes stationary now just south of Cordova, and that kicking some showers off today. About a half inch of rain fell in Cordova in the 12-hour period ending at mid-afternoon today, with some areas of light snow north there across the western Copper River Basin in areas in the central interior as well. Then a weak low here and a trough extending east-northeastward there brought some light snow to the Kobuk-Koyukuk Valleys, Brooks Range, North Slope, and Arctic coast as well. Gusty east winds there, gusting anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour, starting to diminish during the afternoon hours today. And for tonight, we'll see this system up here kind of just doesn't really move a whole lot. The front weakens into a trough and rotates northeastward there as the next intense storm here starts to get on the picture there. Otherwise, it'll be dry. Had some sunshine today over Adak and Atka with fairly light winds. That'll shift eastward as the clouds increase there during the nighttime hours, and rain begins to approach from the southwest late tonight and then toward Wednesday morning. But for tonight, look for some clearing for the eastern Aleutians. Light winds across all the eastern Bering Sea. Light winds over, well, just about all of interior Alaska. Winds diminishing on the eastern Arctic coast. And a chance of snow continues up there in the north, but pretty dry over the central and southern part of the state here. Still some lingering snow showers through this area. And becoming dry for the North Gulf Coast. Should be a dry night, at least in part, for the southeast coast. Then for tomorrow, look for some partly sunny skies for the Panhandle with light winds. Just a chance of a shower or two for the North Gulf Coast. This low pretty much a non-factor now. And maybe some snow showers along the central Alaska range. Otherwise dry with light winds over the interior. Still a chance of snow along the North Slope and Arctic coast. And sunshine here with weak high pressure over at Bristol Bay, Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta, southern Kuskokwim Valley, into western Cook Inlet and Kodiak Island. And partly sunny, say for northern Cook Inlet, but cloudy skies continue for the Matanuska Valley. Intense storm, 948 millibars there, approaches the western Aleutians here, and that'll bring, again, the high wind warnings out for that area tomorrow afternoon. Gusts to 80 miles an hour all through this area from Shimianatu over to Atka Island, with good storm force winds blowing all around that low center. And we'll see for the next day that tracks northeastward here into the southern Bering Sea. And the front pushes eastward here, and the low begins to weaken. And so that'll bring gale force winds into the Pribilofs, gale and storm force winds here pushing into the eastern Aleutians and toward the Alaska Peninsula. But to the east here, light winds and dry conditions. Kodiak Island, Bristol Bay, Alaska Peninsula. And the western half of the state sees the best chance of any clearing skies, while the eastern area, not too bad, but more clouds there. And this low down here on Wednesday tracks northward here, right off the coast now, bring another round of gusty winds and rain, possibly heavy at times, across the Panhandle there. And that'll begin to spread westward once again along the North Gulf Coast, getting into Prince William Sound during the afternoon hours. And for the lows tonight over the Panhandle, in the 40s there, otherwise 20s and 30s here across southern Alaska, in the teens in the central interior to the Arctic coast to the Brooks Range and North Slope, 20s for the Arctic coast, 30s for the northern Bering Sea, upper 30s for the Pribilofs, lower 40s for the Aleutians. And then highs for tomorrow, 40 to 45. We're in the lower 40s here, south central Alaska, mid 40s Kodiak Island, upper 40s to mid 50s for the Panhandle, and mostly in the upper 20s or lower 30s for the central interior, lower 20s for the Brooks Range, and lower 30s for the Arctic coast, in the 40s out to the west. And then for the lows the following morning, 0 to 10 here for the Brooks Range, and 10 to 15 or so for the central and eastern interior, in the 20s, south central Alaska, down to around 20 for the Kuskokwim Valley. Some areas a little colder, some a little warmer. Definitely out along the coast, it'll be milder with lows in the lower to mid 30s there, in the 40s for the Aleutians and the southeast coast, followed by highs, upper 40s to mid 50s again for the Panhandle, lower 40s here, south central Alaska, upper 30s Copper River Basin, upper 30s to near 40 for Bristol Bay, and upper 40s to near 50 for the Aleutians, and coldest there from the Brooks Range out across the North Slope.